Freeze! Hanshan security. This office is sealed.
Yeah, but I'm here, so.
Lorik Keene gave me a pass in.
Keene? Are you working for him? He's under investigation.
Fuck off.
Ananias is paying you to shake this place down. Does Captain Matsuo know you're here?
Hey, I'm not the one who wants Keene. Ananias has a Varen up his ass about this guy. How about this? You pretend you didn't see us, we'll pretend we didn't see you.
Works for me. You can tell that to the rest of your dudes. Rex. Rex. Oh, I suppose we're fighting then. Really seems like we maybe could have not fought them. But, well, we're here now. Well, you're quite dead. Alright, where's the last dude? Didn't have to go like this, you know. Yep. Where'd you go, buddy? Come on. Yeah, you're not alive anymore. Rex, I really think if you hadn't shot them, they wouldn't have shot us, but whatever. Well, my decryption skill is too low to get in that door. Hopefully that's not where the plot is. Alright, what's down here? Can't get into the wall safe. So sad. Didn't bring anyone who can decrypt anything. Now we have the evidence, though. That's nice. We're not even going to rob the place. Oh, hey.
I don't think you're supposed to be in here, Shepard.
And?
You have me at a disadvantage, Miss...
Oh, now you're gonna show some respect? I'm Sergeant Kyra Sterling, Ilanis Risk Control Services. Ananias would throw you off-world for what you did here. I won't. You know what we did to cop killers on my world?
They were dirty
You're
cops.
breaking the law for bribe money. You know what we do to dirty cops on my world?
I'm sorry, there are cops on Tuchanka? Really?
I didn't want to fight them. They fired first.
Fact. Actually, not fact.
Well, I don't need a gun to rip you to pieces.
She says, pulling out her gun, and then immediately dying. Man, for something that was promised as a potentially peaceful mission, there's been an awful lot of gunfire here. Oh well. Down you go. And where's the last one? Oh. Liara found you, did she? Yeah, she'll do that. Can't get into the locked crate. So sad. Can't get into the weapon locker. There's so much stuff here. Can't have any of it. Had to bring Liara and Rex. Granted, I could have had Shepard play. Okay, when I'm doing my Renegade run, we're playing an infiltrator. So that way Shepard can decrypt all the stuff. Hi, Gianna.
Commander, there have been reports of noise from the Synthetic Insights office. Would you know anything about it?
I'm entirely innocent.
It's probably Ananias' thugs ripping the place apart.
Smartass, huh? That's fine. I can work with that. Meet me at the hotel for a drink before you talk to Keen. I'll be waiting.
All right, then. Gianna Parasini is the latest in a long line of female humans who sound like they're coming on to Shepard, but sadly are not, because you can't actually boink her.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. Parasini, Veria Internal Affairs.
Why is an internal affairs agent here?
The executive board knows about Analeus' corruption. I've been undercover for 6 months. I want you to convince Keen to testify before the board. With his evidence, this planet can run profitably again.
You work for Analeus. Can't you just take his records?
He's a crook, not a moron. He doesn't keep logs on his computer saying, "This month I stole 3 million credits." Keen's testimony and records are everything I need to prove Analeus' guilt in one package.
Okay, so we are here on the frozen, icy planet of Noveria. And Noveria is run by a whole bunch of corporations. Like, there's one major corporation, and then they rent out space to other corporations, and corporations do horrible, shady shit here. You know, illegal research, some smuggling, some drug development, all sorts of stuff. It's not a nice place. However, we are here because there have been rumors of Geth activity here. Also, Matriarch Benezia, who you may remember is Saren's second in command, and Liara's mother, that's Liara in the back there, Matriarch Benezia is here. Like, we know that she is on this planet, so we need to go find her. However, there's a giant blizzard, and the corporations are being fuckheads, so we need to secure access to the terrain so that we can hop in the Mako and go on our merry way. In order to do that, we have been running around investigating Administrator Analeus, who is a slimy Solarian, and that's not me being redundant, he's actually a giant sleazeball. And we have just discovered that his administrative assistant, Gianna Parasini, is, as it turns out, an undercover equivalent of a cop. Noveria is run by corporations. Those corporations have internal affairs investigations. Gianna works for them. She is functionally a cop. And now she's asking Shepard for help. We just grabbed some evidence that proves that Analeus is on the take and horribly corrupt. But we did so under the auspices of giving it to this other guy, this Turian named Lorik Keen. Lorik Keen is kind of a shithead, but Gianna wants Lorik to testify to the executive board, the people who run the planet, about how awful Analeus is, so that they can shoot Analeus in the head. We are essentially Goog Shepard, Ace Attorney. Anyway.
You work for Analeus. Can't you just take his records?
He's a crook. Keen's testimony and records are...
Why don't you ask Keen directly?
I'm Analeus' secretary. You'd think he'd believe me? That he'd meet me in some dark alley with his evidence?
I thought corruption was the rule on Noveria.
The rule is don't rock the boat. Self-interest is tolerated if it doesn't interfere with business. Analeus is driving customers away.
I need Keen's garage pass to complete my mission.
You help my investigation, I'll provide whatever you need. Favor for a favor.
In the long run, it is better to remove the source of the problem.
Look, Shepard, I don't like this either. You Spectres play fast and loose with the law. That's bad for business.
What's happening up on Peak 15?
Before the weather closed in, Hanshan received a Code Omega signal from him. Code Omega means a terminal breach of safety protocols. No one goes up until the crew sends an all clear.
And if the crew never sends an all clear?
The executive board votes whether or not to destroy the facility. One antimatter warhead from the battle stations vaporizes all contaminants.
Oh, hey.
That doesn't tell me much.
That's all I've got. No one knows what's going on up there.
How can I get to Peak 15?
The shuttles are down, so you'd have to drive up. If you get Keen to testify, I'll get you into the garage.
Do you know why the Matriarch is here?
Something to do with Peak 15. She arrived after we received their Code Omega, automated warning of a containment breach. She came with an escort of Asari commandos. They took the last shuttle up to Peak 15 with a load of crates.
Do you know what she had in the crates?
No idea. The commandos wouldn't let anyone near them. They seemed heavy, though.
All right. I'll talk to Keen and see if I can convince him.
Thank you. You know where I work. Come talk to me once you know if he'll play ball.
I haven't said it in a while, so I will say it here. Shepard's voice acting is so
What
good.
sort of
Jennifer Hale is great.
Good. I don't think I'm supposed to mention numbers.
Always a pleasure, Spectre. Any news on that matter I asked you to look into?
I finished the job, but an internal affairs investigator contacted me. She wants you to testify against Analeas.
Now that you have my property, you want to dictate how I use it? I have no interest in a public spectacle.
That's a fair point, my guy. However, have you considered that I am very charming?
Everyone on this station is chafing under Analeas' extortion. You might end up a hero.
My employers rely on the goodwill of the executive board to work here.
If these executives don't blame Analeas for provoking this, they're fools. You should eat them.
All right. It is obvious that I cannot dissuade you. Very well. I will testify. Make whatever arrangements you need with your contact. I will wait here.
They're fools. You should eat them. Oh, Rex. Rex, you're the best. Oh, Rex, you're the best. And, like, you can tell that he's fed up with all of the administrative running around bullshit. Like, he heard there were Geth here. He heard there were Geth to kill, and all we've done is run around this damn 70s-looking office building.
Spectre, have you given any more consideration to my offer?
You're being awfully loud, lady who's trying to be subtle.
It took some persuasion, but Keen has agreed to testify.
That's a world of stress off my back. I'll take the evidence for safe transport. I didn't think you'd help me, being a Spectre and all. I guess some of you can be all right.
So, how about getting me into the garage?
While you were working on Keen, I got you a garage pass. Be careful up there. I have an arrest to make. Wish I had time to change into something easy to move in. I hate skirts.
This is an outrage. I'll see that you never work in this sector again.
Yeah, get a move on.
You, Shepard! I demand you place this bitch under arrest!
You have the right to remain silent. I wish to God you'd exercise it. See you around the galaxy, Commander. I owe you a beer.
Ah, Gianna Parasini. She's fun. I like her. Analeas, did you leave anything in your office? Oh, you did, but I can't hack it. Not even if I called Admiral Hackett.
Access to the garage is restricted.
Fuck you.
I have authorization. Excuse me.
Yes, that's genuine. Drive safely. The weather's supposed to be pretty bad out in the Alutsk Valley.
Oh, hey.
So that's what the Asari had in the crates.
Oh, they were hiding Geth. Great. Awesome. Amazing. I love it. Well, I have some bad news, Geth Destroyer. You don't get to exist anymore. Geth Stalkers, you are as nothing before the biotics of Liara Tassoni.
What are these things? Fan out and secure the area. No one gets in or out.
Never heard of Geth before, Matsuo?
What did you do here, Commander?
Me? I'm the victim here. The Geth attacked us.
Geth, you expect me to... Where did they come from?
The Asari bitch came with a bunch of cargo. They were probably packed in those.
I don't believe that. We did thorough scans of those. There were no power sources, no element zero masses. If Benezia-sama's containers were packed with these things, there are many more out there.
How many?
I need numbers, Captain. A dozen? 100?
Dozens, at least. They're machines. You could pack them tightly. I must report to the executive board. If word gets out about loose Geth, there may be an investor panic.
Yeah, secure your profits. Dummy. Okay, so here's a question. And this may just be, don't think too much about it, it's a video game. How did the Mako get into the garage? Like, obviously it lives on the Normandy. And we've seen plenty of times the Normandy just kind of yeets the Mako out of the ship and onto whatever planet. So why didn't we do that this time? Did they, like, threaten to shoot down the Mako? If they did say they had us on weapon scans, so maybe it's just implied that the planet security team would have shot down the Mako if we tried to launch it down. But it would have been nice to have that subtext made text, because it makes the whole, you need to get into the garage to unlock the Mako to drive out to the place, it makes that a little more believable. I don't know. Also, another indication that this is more than, as if you haven't already figured out, that this is more than your typical planet. Your place is, your map is a little more interesting and unique, as opposed to just a giant square where you might find some stuff. So that's cool. Ooh, great. Can we investigate that crate? We got some stuff. I like stuff. And up here, we have Geth, who have erected turrets. Oh, guys. Oh. This, your little shields are so cute. I almost don't want to kill you. If you really think your shields are going to do anything. Aww. They're so cute. With their little rockets and their... Oh, they really think they're hurting me. They're not, but they think they are. Oh, it's so precious. I want to take these rockets and, like... Let's hang one of them on the refrigerator. Just, give them something to be proud of. Oh, are we supposed to be scared of you? Oh, we're probably supposed to be scared of you. Well, so much for you. Today is Neg the Geth Day. Listen, no ground unit can stand against the Mako. Also, can I just say this planet looks fantastic? Like, it really does feel like you're on the side of a mountain winding your way through the hills. Oh, this poor Geth. Oh, it got shot and then it tumbled. Also, look, an ambush turret. Well, now it's a dead turret. Wee. Okay, I understand the ability to integrate, like, to sneak Geth foot soldiers in crates. That makes sense. They just, come up as random pieces of metal, and then, oh god, it's Geth. Why did they smuggle in turrets? Why would they feel the need to smuggle in turrets? How did they smuggle in turrets? Also, looks like the Mako will go no further. That's a shame. In we go here. That means it is time to fight. Game is being generous with the autosaves. Cannot do a manual save now. Oh, there's a whole bunch of dudes. Is that a Geth Juggernaut I saw back there? That's not good. I don't like Geth Juggernauts. Oh, Liara does not like Geth Juggernauts either. Oh, you got melted. Now here's an enemy whose name is just Krogan. Oh, he charged. Oh, there's two of them. They both charged. And we completely melted them.
User alert. All Peak 15 facilities have suffered a great deal of damage. Biohazard materials present throughout facility. Virtual intelligence user interface offline.
Sounds bad.
We will need to get the reactors back online.
Okay, how do we do that? I can't get into that secure crate because my decryption sucks. Because I brought Rex and Liara. Take some rounds. Writer Kath with the host. Thank you, Kath. Guys, are you going to be...
Why are the turrets facing the wrong way?
They want to keep their people in as much as they want to keep others out.
Subnautica, I have never played Subnautica. It's, underwater kind of gives me a... Just kind of sketches me out a little bit, but I've heard really good things about Subnautica. I've heard that it's a really good game. Also, there are more Geth here. Alright, well, you can die. And you up there can die. You over there can die. That's a level up. We'll take that. Down goes the last Geth.
What was that?
Probably debris. Don't have a panic attack. I'll protect you.
Uh-oh. Oh, bad. Oh, bad. Oh, Rachni. And now we have the reason we brought Geth. The reason we brought Rex, rather.
What were those?
Damned if I know.
Rex. Hold on, Rex. Do you not know what the... You're a Krogan! If anyone is gonna know... I realize that it was several centuries ago, and there have been some other bad things that have happened to the Krogan people since, But if anyone is going to look at Arachni and say, oh my god, it's a fucking Arachni, aside from Commander Shepard, because we've already seen some at a Cerberus facility. Also, yeah, you're Rex. You are centuries old. You may have lived through the Krogan rebellions. You remember the Genophage as a brand new thing. You should know what a fucking Arachni is. You know, we joke about how the Geth are as nothing before the Mako, but really, nothing is as anything before the might of Commander Shepard right now. Let's bump that up just a little bit. Yeah, bosses and sub-bosses scaled up. Enemies have special protection. You know, we're not going to go, hardcore insanity or anything, but we'll bump it up to veteran. It'll be fine. I try to, I don't feel the need to force the difficulty to be super high. What is that thing? Oh. Arachni just popped out of nowhere. Okay. I don't feel the need to force the difficulty to be super high just to say, oh, I beat this game on insanity. But, it's pretty easy right now. We can make it a little trickier, force a little more tactics. Alright. Tiny little Arachni babies. They all die very quickly.
Shepard, that is a backup power system for the station mainframe.
Convenient.
So whack it and turn this thing on.
Critical startup error. Virtual intelligence user interface offline. Manual boot required.
The VI core appears inoperational. You can attempt to manually reconfigure the databanks or use OmniGel. Well, let's attempt manual. Oh no! Oh, it's the stack puzzle. Oh god! This classic puzzle that you see everywhere. So we have to take all of the bricks off of the tower and put it on top of another tower. Yeah, so we put that on the triangle. We put that. We can't put it on the triangle. We put it on the circle. We put that on the circle. We put that on the triangle. Right? No. Yes. We put that on the square. We put that on the triangle. We put that on the triangle. We put that on the circle. We put that on the square. We put that on the circle. We put that on the circle. We put that on the triangle, or the square rather. We put that on the triangle. We put that on the square. We put that on the square. We put that on the triangle, and that's our first base. Now, we put that on the triangle. We put that on the circle. We put that on the circle. We put that on the triangle. We put that on the square. We put that on the triangle. We put that on the triangle, and we're done. Ah, stack puzzles.
It looks like you're trying to restore this facility. Would you like help?
Yes, Clippy, I would.
You're the virtual intelligence that runs this place?
This system is monitored to respond to the name Mira. May I ask your name?
Commander Shepard. I work for the Citadel's Special Tactics and Reconnaissance.
One moment, please. Council authority confirmed. You are entitled to secure access of all systems.
Convenient.
Please note that queries relating to corporate secrets require privileged access. Privileged access is only available to Binary Helix executives. This system is ready to process queries. You may access me at any holographic interface within Peak 15.
I need to find Matriarch Benezia.
Lady Benezia departed on the passenger tramway to the Rift Station subsidiary labs. User alert. The tramway system is currently inoperable.
What's the situation here?
One moment, please. Diagnostics in progress. Critical failure. Main reactor shutdown in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required. Critical failure. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger tram systems are offline. Report complete. Do you have an additional system status query?
Do you know why the reactor was shut down?
I'm sorry, but I was offline at the time. Shutdown could occur if reactor breach seems likely, or in the case of catastrophic laboratory containment failure. Emergency guidelines suggest the frigid environment will kill biological contagions. It may also damage mechanical ones.
Turn off the heat and hope the cold puts whatever you've unleashed to sleep.
What do I need to do to get the power back on?
The valves to the helium-3 fuel line must be opened. This can be done at the controls on the reactor assembly proper.
What are the landlines and why are they disabled?
The landlines connect my mainframes here at Central Station to the various sub-facilities of Peak 15. This allows the crew to remotely access my databases from the comfort and security of their labs. When emergency protocols were implemented within the hot labs, the cabling was automatically ejected.
How do I reconnect the landlines?
The landlines are designed for easy reconnection. The router for the landlines is on the roof of operations. Simply activate the controls and the hardware will reconnect and reboot automatically.
Tell me what happened here.
I'm sorry, but I need a more specific query.
Tell me what occurred immediately before you shut down.
Stage 1 alert issued at Hot Labs. Contaminants released from Laboratory Pod Gamma. Emergency protocols implemented. Stage 2 alert issued at Hot Labs. Isolation tube breached. Tram shut down. Landline to Hot Labs disconnected. Stage 3 alert issued locally. Contaminants in tram tunnels. Station shutdown and evacuation initiated. Code Omega sent.
Well, that all sounds bad.
The creatures we've encountered here, did they come from the labs?
I'm sorry, Commander. Inquiries related to our research require privileged access. Only executives of Binary Helix have that level of clearance.
Why were you taken offline?
In the event, Peak 15 must be sterilized for security purposes. My program and data are purged.
They kill you if something goes wrong?
My systems are permanently disabled. To be killed, I would need to be alive. I am merely a database program.
That's all I need right now.
Very well, Commander. Logging you out. User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required. User alert. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger trams are offline.
Well,
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Well, there were red triangles, and then
User alert. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger trams are offline.
We saw red triangles, and then our comms were jammed. So, yeah, look, it's the ghetto. Okay, y'all can... You know you can help, right?
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required. User alert. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger trams are offline.
Next week, Jeebus is 2 weeks clear from the second vaccine. That is good. Writer Kath is taking off, though. That is bad. Thank you for hopping in, Kath. Thank you for the host. Appreciate you being here. Hope you had a good time. We will see you next time, hopefully. Where is that dude? Oh. Oh, hi, Geth Juggernaut. I almost said Jeth Juggernaut. That's wrong.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Where is the... Okay.
User alert. Landline connections are disabled.
The HE3 fuel line is coming.
Aha. Great. We fixed the fuel lines. Oh my god, there's so many Rachni.
User alert. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger trams are offline.
Can you fuck that dragon person? Sadly, no. Sadly, no. Rex cannot be romanced. Alright, where's the... Oh. I wish, says Ghosty. I have completed the repairs to Peak 15. Hooray for me. They should make everyone romance options. They should have put in the romance options that they recorded for the original games and then decided not to put in at the last minute. That's true. That's true, Ghost. You cannot fuck Rex, but you can spend a lot of this game, a lot of this trilogy is dedicated to Krogan fucking. So, in a way. This time I saw you coming, you little fuck. Crawl up through the vents and shit. With your grabber tentacle things. To the passenger trams.
User alert. Loose contaminants in the decontamination chamber. Access to passenger tramways inadvisable.
Loose contaminants is code for Rachni. I suppose we're not supposed to know what these are yet, but that's what they are. They're Rachni.
The door could be finessed. It appears that the trams to the subsidiary stations are beyond it.
Oh, hey. That's one way to kill all those guys. And then this guy just shows up. Why didn't they all do that? Well, hey, you know, that's a good life lesson. If you get a bunch of dangerous Rachni, or maybe just one big dangerous Rachni in a tube, and you're unsure of what to do with it, just hit a button and turn on some fire or something and kill it. Ah, but that'll only come up once.
Control group, loosen the... They're in... Can't escape. The tunnels now. We're sorry. The leads couldn't get to the struck. Get out while you can.
Well, that's bad.
Connections restored. Processing new data. User alert. Unable to connect to hot lab facilities.
Tell me what happened here.
I'm sorry, but I need a more specific query.
What's the status of Rift Station?
Rift Station has been locked down by the staff. There are presently no contaminants within the facility.
The staff is alive, then?
Yes, though the number of personnel is below the official staff count.
Interesting.
Give me a status report on the hot labs.
I am sorry. The network connections to the labs have been damaged. Data is limited.
Give me an overview of the facility.
The hot labs isolate dangerous biological or cybernetic contaminants during development. The complex is built within a glacier. In the event of an accident, it can be irradiated and sunk into the ice.
I see.
You have no idea what's going on inside.
I'm afraid not. My last log entry is shortly after the Stage 2 containment alert was sounded.
That's all I need right now.
Very well, Commander. Logging you out.
Now let's take the tram to Rift Station.
Departing Central Station. Destination, Rift Station.
The tram is much like an elevator in that it is a loading screen. This one actually just fades out to a proper loading screen. Hi there.
Stand down. Sorry, we couldn't be sure what was on the tram.
No autopsy, no foul.
Can those things work at train's controls?
Hell if I know. I'm not assuming any goddamn thing. Look, you're human and that's enough that I won't shoot, but I'd like to know who you are.
My name's Shepard. I'm a Spectre.
Huh. I won't look a heavily armed horse in the mouth. The aliens overran the hot labs last week. Only Han Olar got out, and he ain't all there anymore. The first we knew, the bastards were clawing into my command post. We had a lot more staff then.
You were taken by surprise and had civilians to protect. You did a good job, Captain.
Yeah? Sure as hell doesn't feel like it. The board sent an Asari to clean up the mess. She went to the hot labs yesterday. We haven't heard from her since.
I'm not gonna let any of your people die.
All I can do is hold out here and protect the civilians. There's an emergency elevator out by the trams. This card will let you activate it. Can take you down to the hot labs. Oh, and if you need any first aid, Dr. Cohen's downstairs in the med bay.
Yes, Ghosty. Captain Ventralis here did, in fact, call Commander Goog Shepard, and Rex and Liara for that matter. He called us a heavily armed horse. Which, okay, fair.
You're certain the Matriarch is still in the hot labs?
She hasn't come back here. You came through Central Station, so she ain't there.
Did the aliens come from inside the facility, or did they attack from the outside?
You want my personal opinion? Labs like that exist to do stupid crap that gets people killed.
He's not wrong, folks!
Tell me about the structure of the hot labs.
It's built into one of the glaciers further down the mountain. Real old, thick, stable one. Something goes wrong, they heat it up and sink it into the ice. Normally, the crew gets to the labs using a tram from Central Station. We've got an elevator that connects directly, but it's for emergency use only. Listen. I'm not sending my people down there. It's too dangerous. You understand?
Is also fair.
What can you tell me about the aliens?
Ask Dr. Olar. He's the only one who made it out of the hot labs. He's the only Volus left in here.
I need to know more about the situation in the hot labs.
It's fucked.
Facility's off the network. The only way to find out would be to send scouts down the elevator, and I won't send my people to their death.
Man's got a point, Shep.
How are your people holding up?
We weren't expecting the initial wave. They made it inside. We lost some good people. Those of us left are short-handed. We've kept order by long shifts and stems. I don't like it, but I don't see an alternative.
I've got work to do.
Yeah, I hear that. Hell! Man the perimeter!
Are there? Oh, so there are. Yeah, turn around, everybody.
Thanks for the help. Every few hours, a group comes up the tram tunnel. It's actually better since we locked down the elevator.
I'll do whatever I can.
I don't know why they keep throwing themselves against our defenses. Even animals should learn not to stick their noses where it hurts.
I'm sure that has some kind of foreshadowing implications. Now, let's meet these people before we go see anybody else. Hello, sick scientist.
Where did they come from? Were they in the lab? I never went in the high security areas.
Okay.
You're not going to go to the hot labs, are you?
That's the plan. Eventually. I'm Commander Shepard, and I'm the greatest hero on the Citadel, or something. Hello, named NPC. What's your deal?
What?
You're a member of the science teams.
Recently transferred, yes.
What do you do here?
Molecular genetics. I specialize in biotic-enhanced allele-specific hybridization.
Why don't you dumb it down a notch? Or 3.
Yeah, that's a bit technical for me.
I am very good at tracking inherited variations in genetic sequences. I'm sure you would find it quite dull.
Well, I fire a gun good.
You seem less upset about this situation than the others.
That is one of the virtues of the meditation you interrupted.
Tell me about yourself.
I am Alestia Ialis from the University of Arraeus. Is there anything in particular you want to know, or should I just spout random facts?
Listen, lady, I'm trying to help.
Did I interrupt something?
I was meditating. I suppose to a species as brash as yours, it would appear to be inattention.
Yeah, this is just... She's the greatest, kindest, hardest soul in the whole galaxy. Can I blow her up with a shotgun, please?
Do you know Matriarch Benezia?
Why ask me and not your friend?
Because I do not know anything about the Matriarch.
Then why would I?
Wow. Oh, that's good. Because you brought the Asari, because you brought Liara, the Asari NPC here is like, why are you asking me? I'm a random Asari. What, do you think all Asari know each other? Do we all look alike to you? Human? Which, I mean, okay, fair.
That's all for now.
Then I will return to my meditations.
Oh, there's an elk. Oh, no, we can talk to you. Hello, Potosi.
Uncertain. I welcome you. Cautiously, I am curious to know what you're doing here.
I heard there were some problems up here.
Furtively, I am concerned about the state of our guards. Many have been awake for days. For now, with forced cheer, I still have a limited supply of equipment to sell.
Let's have a look.
Regretfully, most of my stock is being appropriated by Captain Ventralis.
How dare he try to save your life, you ungrateful Elcor fuck. Oh, we can get the Sokolov 10, which is a straight upgrade on Shepard's already incredible shotgun, so let's do that.
What? No! Sorry, I haven't had much sleep since the attack. Yeah, is there something you need?
What do you do here?
I'm a toxicologist. I can't talk about my work. Not that I'm doing anything since the accident.
This guy here is a Solarian. We've
There
seen
was an
Solarians.
accident here?
I can't talk about what happened. Not here. Too public. Talk to Dr. Cohen in the medical ward. He was the project lead.
I'm looking for an Asari.
Asari? Well, there's Dr. Ialis over there. There's also our guest, Lady Benezia. Captain Ventralis might know where she is.
Not to mention your blue friend right next to you, Shepard. Be more specific.
How are you holding up?
It would be petty to complain after showering off a coworker's brain. None of us have had enough sleep since the attack. Of course, not all of us have guns.
What sort of work do you do here?
I can't say. I signed a non-disclosure agreement. If we survive, I'd like to keep my job. The location is terrible, but the pay is better than any other commercial lab.
You're not happy on Peak 15?
The outside world doesn't exist here, just walls of ice and rock. There's only the work, the discovery. It's easy to forget why science is guided by ethics. Maybe we're paying for that now.
What do you know about the hot labs?
Nothing, I didn't work there. As far as I know, Han Olar was the only survivor.
Is he in the medical ward?
No, he's staying in the science team's quarters. Be gentle with him. He had a trying experience.
I'll talk to you later.
Remember to report any suspicious noises.
So do you want me to come tell you whenever that annoying Asari says anything? Hello, Dr. Cohen.
What do you want?
I didn't mean to bother you.
No, you did nothing wrong. I'm just distracted.
I can't level up my decryption. I brought people who don't have it.
What happened to these people?
They're suffering from a toxin. There was an accident. I have a non-disclosure agreement. I shouldn't discuss it with anyone outside of the company.
But you're going to, because I might be able to help.
And I'd like to think that the company finds our lives more valuable than their secrets. You know Mira, the VI for Peak 15? She handles the safety protocols for our experiments here.
We reactivated her on our way through Central Station.
That was you? I'm grateful. Until she came online, the automatic equipment wouldn't work.
Now help me.
We lost the connection to Mira in the middle of an experiment and the quarantine failed. These three were exposed to a toxin, something we were working on.
Okay, you're being very vague, but have you considered that I am very charming?
I understand your caution, but I need details. What you say won't go beyond these walls.
It's a bioweapon, based on an exotic life form discovered on the frontier. They wanted something that could kill the creature, but there was no profit in something that kills one species on the frontier. We kept working on it and adapted it to affect more species. Thoros B is highly infectious, but can't pass from one person to another, like a BioWare attack without a pandemic spread.
Do you imagine that distinction makes this ethical?
Militaries, governments, they'll get this kind of weapon one way or another, and we're trying to limit the damage. I know you can't see that.
You don't have a cure, though. Listen, we're trying to help this guy. Let's not... He knows he's doing ethically shady shit. There's no reason to, grab his face and rub his nose in it right now.
Is there a cure, Doctor? A treatment?
Our first priority was getting it working. We were close to synthesizing an antidote when Mira went down. Our notes and equipment are locked in the quarantine labs. Captain Ventralis doesn't want to risk more contamination.
Is he right to keep people out?
No, the toxin has a brief period of viability. After that, it breaks down into simple protein chains. But he won't listen to me.
Well, as you may have recently discovered, Dr. Cohen, I am very charming.
I'll talk to him. Maybe I can convince him to let me try.
I can't ask you to do this officially, but if you can do anything, I'd appreciate it.
What will it take to get the cure for these people?
The quarantine labs are near the science team's quarters. Once you're in there, look for our notes. It should just be a matter of following our processes.
Talk to you later.
I hope you can do something.
Okay, so that's a nice little side quest. By the way, can we get some health for our... No? Alright. Here, Liara, just... Good work. You know what? Take another one. You've earned it. I have to wait for the cooldown. Take another one. You've earned it. Hi there.
Something you need?
I've heard about the problems in the quarantine lab. I'd like to recover the toxin cure.
God, I wish we could help those guys. I really do, but we can't risk contamination now.
We're not part of your defense plans. We're consuming extra rations, extra metagel.
Yeah, but you also have extra guns. All right, you want to gamble with your life, you're not under my command. I'll have the guard let you in, but he'll lock the door behind you. He'll run a full scan before he'll let you out. If there are any anomalies, you stay in there.
Those are reasonable precautions.
I'll radio ahead to let the guard know. Good luck.
I've got work to do.
You and me both.
Okay, so Shepard is tasked with saving the galaxy and is willing to put that at risk on the word of Dr. Cohen that this shit isn't contagious. Sure, that's fine. It's a good idea, Shepard. Can't see how this could possibly go wrong.
You came to find out about them, didn't you?
Yes, did.
You mean those things out there?
Yes. I'm the only survivor from the hot lab, you know.
I need to know more about those things out there.
About the Rachni?
Rachni? That's preposterous.
Is it, Liara?
Where did they come from?
They found it in a derelict ship. An egg. Waiting since the last battles. They brought it here.
Shut up! God, you want to get us killed?
I don't have any control over who lives or dies here. Do you?
If you're gonna be crazy, be the quiet kind.
Crazy? I'm sane. God, am I sane.
I see.
I need to know everything about the Rachni.
I told you all I can. We brought the Rachni back from the dead. In retrospect, a bad decision.
With the benefit of hindsight, perhaps we should not have done that.
I heard you were at the hot labs. How did you make it out alive?
I killed her.
Who?
Doctors on Muir. We were going to lunch when the alarms went off. I ran into the tram, and I closed the doors. She banged on the window once, then they sliced her to pieces. Her head came apart like a melon. I closed the door. I killed her.
That's rough, buddy.
Tell me what you know. I'll make your survival mean something.
You think I want absolution? There is none.
Could Matriarch Benezia survive in the hot labs?
It's possible. The specimens were sensitive to biotics.
I'll be leaving now.
Yeah.
Ah, restricted area. Hey, buddy.
You're not part of the crew.
I have Ventralis' permission to go in there.
Yeah, he radioed. He also said you have to prove you're not contaminated to get out. You got a death wish? You should stand watches on the barricade.
Research notes. We've isolated 4 chemicals that can be combined to counteract the toxin. They must be mixed in precise quantities. As each chemical is poured, the equipment will mark the minimum and maximum amount that will work. Too little or too much will spoil the result. Oh, great. So it's another puzzle. Okay, so let's make this cure. I see.
Your mission ends here, Shepard.
We'll see about that, bitch.
Hi there, angry doctor lady.
What happened to Ventralis' man?
I didn't have permission to come in. He got in my way. I was ordered to eliminate you should the opportunity arise. And here you are, trapped in this lab. Weapons free!
Shepard, why did you turn left? Also, is she dead already? You were saying? Fucking dummy.